2, bar number 22, bar number 24, ooh la la, bar number 34, bar number 14, and bar number 11. We're making it in the big turkey cooker. We made one of them yesterday, and we've got that to cut, but we had to make more because we're like out. Oh, and we're making bar number 21, which is the Grandma's old-fashioned lard soap, but I'm not sure if it's going to get cool enough before the end of day, because that one there didn't get turned on at the same time the others did. But we're working on it. We're looking at it. We're seeing how it goes. So we may do that. So right now we're in the process of putting the lye in the oils, and of course we're wearing our goggles. Okay, and our gloves, and you want to make sure, I like to wear protective shoes, you know, and if you get lye water on you, or if oil and water sprays up on you, go rinse immediately at the sink and pour vinegar on you. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it because it's always worked for me, no matter what anybody else ever said. Because some people fuss that don't work, but it's always worked for me. But now you can't put vinegar in your eyes. I had a lady call me one time, and she had got lye water spray up in her eye when she was doing the stick blending, and she was like, "What do I do, Kim?" And I was like, "Go to the hospital! Go to the hospital now!" And so she carried me with her basically to the hospital by phone. And when she got there, they were like, "Okay, just have a seat." And she was like, "Kimberly, what do I do?" I was like, "You go up there to that counter and you have a absolute tantrum fit and tell them that your cornea is being eroded by lye right now, and that you're going to be blind, and it's all their fault, and that they've got to get you back and let you see a doctor now." And she did. She pitched this big gosh awful fit, and they rushed her back, but they were not going to do anything. They were going to let her sit as if she was not a crucial case, and let her sit in the emergency room waiting area and not get that neutralized in her eye, because the lye water eats at the cornea and you'll go blind. And so anyway, and so she got her back there, and they put this stuff in there, and she had no ill effects that she knows of from it, because she rushed straight to the emergency room and got it neutralized. So let's just not waste our soap and have to have mad fits in the emergency room. Let's wear our goggles, okay? Alright, so the first one I'm going to do is the turkey cooker. Now I've already pre-mixed my lye, and we shake our lye up before we mix it, and we put lye powder into the water, not the water into the lye powder. And then we blend it up really good, and we wait for the steaming to stop, and then we stick it in the refrigerator with a lid on it. And I've already pulled the lid off of this one and put it in the sink. And so now it's ready to go. There will be some little white stuff that accumulates at the top, and some people strain that, but I don't. And here we go. So let's watch it go bzzz. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, I think this thing's a touch crooked, but you can see really well, and that's what counts. And the turkey cooker cooks so slow that I have got to where I put my oils and cold lye that's been in the refrigerator overnight together with a little bit of hotter consistency, and I like to pour right on top of the stick blender and then move around. And so I'm trying 140 degrees today. I love it when it turns it pink. It's so pretty. I don't never know what causes that. I ain't smart enough on this chemistry stuff. But sometimes it'll just stay this nice little creamy, white, creamy custard color, and then other times it'll turn pink. And I don't know what the difference is. And all I'm wanting to do, oh, now it's starting to go creamy color now. All I'm wanting to do is have an even custard appearance. All right, I'm gonna hand that over to you, Amy. I like to never set that down anywhere. I like for it to go straight in the sink. Now when you're blending, if you bring it up where you can see those little holes, when you turn it on, you see that? It's gonna spray out all over you. So you gotta always keep this thing submerged. All right, now, we got that one done. Oh, we're not going there next, we're going over here. All right, so we got that one done. So now we've got a nice creamy appearance. We don't have any, I'm taking my gloves off, my goggles off to them for a second to look. We don't have any floating oils pooling around on the top or lye water separating and laying up on the top. So that means we've got it well blended. And we're gonna put it on 150. If you've got one of these turkey cookers, these oyster turkey cookers, you can't do more than 150 or it'll literally burn the soap around the edges. And this is gonna cook a lot faster because I used a little bit hotter oils at the time. So now we're gonna go over here to these and we're gonna just do the same thing. This is our plain Jane, and so this is just organic oats and honey, no colorants, no essential oils. We sell it a little cheaper because it is just plain Jane, as they say. And see, here's our lid that keeps our lye good in the refrigerator. And see, it'll be some condensing on the top of the lid, which is active lye. So when you take it and rinse it, you got to make sure you rinse that right away. And we're going to do the same thing, only I don't pour on top of it here. I'll pour to the side. And I found if you set it up and do that, see how it pours out really good there? I hope you could see. Yeah, it's like something about taking it up right and then doing this actually makes it go out faster and better than when you try to just hold it up and tip it and bang on it. And same thing, we're getting pink today. And I'm swirling around pretty fast, but you can do it without, once you get so good, you can take it and do it without the stick blender being on like this to try to make sure that you're getting everything on the top blended well. And I try to bring it up and pulsate around the top without exposing the holes, and that helps me make sure there's nothing floating up on the top that's not got blended. Unplug me over there. All right. And now we're gonna, where's the lid to this one? You washed it for me. All right, so yeah, we're gonna put the lid on her and we're gonna put it, and now I've took to putting, because I use the cold lye water and I get my oils down real cool, I've got to where I cook on high now for about an hour. It seems to work real fine for me. And everything. All right, so we're gonna pop that top, hand that back, we're gonna pour it in and blend her up. Every once in a while, you'll put it in a refrigerator and you'll get a piece of lye ice to form on the very bottom of your pitcher, and you have to scrape that. You get you a long knife or a long spoon and you got to get that ice out, and then you got to break it up into little pieces, and then your stick blender will dissolve that and get it blended. But it was just, there was a spot in your refrigerator that's colder than the rest. you've had every once in a while your bell peppers freeze or your carrot sticks freeze down in your drawer, or maybe something else, you know, it just happens every once in a while. So it's always good to look in the bottom and make sure that there's no ice formed and laying flat in the bottom of your pitcher, because then you're losing part of your lye. All right. Okay, to conserve on time, I'm going to do the rest of these 3 and then bring you back. Okay, guys, I wanted to show you this other little thing. I just love this Cuisinart. I think it's an oyster. No, it's a Cuisinart Smart Stick. And I've been buying, oh yeah, Cuisinart, by Cuisinart. I've been getting the breast cancer Research Foundation one. This is my 3rd one. I bought 2 of them 2 years ago, and they just died. The motors died just recently, and I had to order another one. And I just ordered this one because I couldn't be for sure it was exactly like the one I got. I thought it was, so I just ordered one to make sure that I was going to be happy with it. One of the things I like about it is that when you're messing with this, you know, things drip, you know, and but you can just put this in here and press the button and it goes down in there, and then you can safely carry that to your sink and flush it with soapy water and wash this that way. And these things really hold up to the kind of pressure that I put them through, and so I feel like you will love it too. Let me get that closer. I get the pink one because it's for breast cancer awareness, but you can get other colors. And I don't guess they're for breast cancer awareness because it's always the pink ones that's breast cancer awareness. I don't know, I think I'm talking in circles, right? Anyway, so I just wanted to show you that. And I wanted to tell you, if you're a brand new soaper, just put it on low, don't put it on high. If you've got some experience behind you and you're used to, you know, if you get these soaps, you know, I'm using cold lye water that's been in the refrigerator overnight. I've cooled my oils down to room temperature. And so I'm experienced with that. But if you're not, go ahead and cook on low until you get more experience. Oh, hey everybody. So anyway, so I'm cooking on high, and I'll cook on high for about an hour. All right, I'll bring you back. All right, everybody. I'm gonna check on the temperature of the lard. We're using separate spoons. You know, we washed everything so that we don't accidentally blend coconut oil in here, because this soap is only lard, glycerin, and lye water. The difference between this recipe and those recipes are, these here, I put 100% lye in there, so it's all of the lye to turn all of the oils into soap, and then we put the super fats in later. So like this is our super fats for the bar number 11. We're just a touch over 140. So we're going to go ahead and give it a whirl, see what happens. These did fine. This one here has done fine. It takes a long time for that thing to cook because you have to cook it on a really low heat to be able to utilize it with the cooker, because it doesn't have a crock pot in it. It has a metal pan that's coated. So we're just going to snap that in place. And we're going to see how it does. Our lye is nice and cold, and maybe we won't have any volcanoes going on. And this gets thick quick, I think. So I think you have to go pretty quick at it. And I don't put any scent in bar number 21. It's just grandma's old-fashioned lard soap. And I saran wrap over this instead of a plastic container lid, but as long as it's just overnight and you just put saran wrap in there on top of it real good, I think it does fine. But the plastic containers are better. But you know, they have the little pour spout. You pop those open until it gets cool in the refrigerator, and then you go back and seal them all down for the night. Let me bring you over here and let me show you the swirlies. Hang on. Alright. Can you see those swirlies? See where the lye water or the oil is floating on the top and it's not been blended? And I'm going to just turn it off and blend the top really well and pulsate. And so now we just have a nice custardy consistency. See how fast it goes into trace? That's one of the wonderful things about lard. It makes your recipes, your soap recipes, hard. Press that gray button. There you go. All right. Okay, I'm gonna bring you back. Oh, I'm gonna show you something else while we're here. Okay, so like, look. So you can see how this is still in good gel and it's just starting to come out of gel around the edges. And that was the first one that was done. Oh, and I'm just going to put this on low. I wouldn't dare put it on high because the oil was a little hot when I mixed it together. This one is one of my slowest crock pots to cook with. It is, it just is it's a rival crock pot, but it's just slow. So even on high, it's not even coming out of gel yet. And then here's a crock pot, and you can see it's time to start breaking this up, the gel here in the center, and stirring some because it's really getting going. And here's its partner in crime, and this is a rival crock pot as well. And see how it's nice and bubbly, and it's time to break that up. And then you get over here to these, and this is the crock pot rival version as well, and the oval, and these were put in just moments after this one done, and you can see that these are also slower cooking on high than your round ones here. So you have to get used to your crock pot and knowing how hot your crock pot is. So like on this one here, I'll cook on high nearly the whole time with this one because it just really is a slow cooker. All right. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and break this up, break up the gel pieces and stir. Sometimes it'll be firmer than that. Cleaning my sides down real good so I don't get crispy critters around the edges. All right, and let me see. Can you see the next one? There we go. And do the same for this one. Now this is soap that the lye is dead in now, and this is soap that the lye is not dead in. This is your gel, and sometimes it'll be much harder than that, but it's already starting to come out of the harder gel phase, and it's starting to get hot enough to start bubbling. You can use a rubber spatula, but they wear out really quick using them on the hot around the edges. So I just usually use my spoon. Alright. And then I'm going to come down here to the turkey cooker. and we're going to give it a going over as well. Because it's a thin pan, I will stir this one more often than I do any of them, because there's this risk of it burning around the edges, because the heat doesn't slowly transfer into the crock pot like it does when you're using a ceramic crock insert. So we like to stir this one more often so the same oil doesn't sit next to the edge the whole time that it's cooking, or for a long periods of time. Alright. Okay. We're still cooking. Alright. Amy didn't know I was wanting to show y'all. Hey everybody. Alright, it's time to be putting some super fats in. We've got a nice Vaseline appearance with all the soaps. I'm going to take you over here and show you. I've been charging this thing for like 30 minutes and it's flashing. I must have not had the charge cord in there right. Maybe I'm going to show you. Alright. So anyway, so here is our nice Vaseline. We got the butt crack going appearance. And I'm gonna put the super fats in and go get the cord and charge, and let's try doing some charge as we go. Yep, that's what it was. Something's going with the charge cord, so I totally screwed that one up. Alright, so with our lard soap, it is nice and Vaseline, and with this one, all we add is a little bit of glycerin to it. So since I got the charge cord charging, let me go just get the glycerin. Alright, so I got me 2 bowls here, and I put 3 tablespoons of glycerin in it, about that much, and I stir that up. And glycerin is a natural emollient. I broke it. I have to find me a new one. And so what I do is I stir some glycerin into this lard soap, and all this is, and the recipe is on KimberlyMcNutt.com under free recipes. This is just lard, lye water, and glycerin added at the end, but glycerin is naturally produced when you make soap. I just add a little extra, and so that right there, I just let it cool a little bit. I find it does better with the silicone molds if you just let it cool just a little bit before you put it directly in there, because this doesn't get any essential oils. Now let me go get a fresh some fresh spoons, and what we're going to do now is we're going to put our essential oils in, our super fats in, and let me try to explain that to you. So what's happening here is all of the soap, the oils that's in this crock pot, I did it on a recipe with 0 super fat level. So basically this is laundry detergent right now. So there's no super fat in it. So if you wash your hands with it, it's going to be very stripping and drying, because there's nothing floating around in there to moisturize your skin. So, and then I calculate, and you can do this yourself, what 5, 8, 10, 15% of the total volume of the oils, not the lye water, and then you can pick your expensive oils and put them in at the end. So this is shea butter and olive oil coconut oil and vitamin E and glycerin and honey on this one, because this is our honey and oat soap. And so now we're putting in the super fats, and I'm also adding a cup of ground that we grind ourselves here at the market, organic oats. I'm gonna go ahead and dump that in the sink. And now this is the same way. This one gets no fragrance. It's just honey and oat soap. And the honey, depending on how dark the honey is you know, like honey is seasonal. So honey that's dark is really, really good. For making the soap a little darker color, and I think that's pretty. Okay, so now I've stirred it in a little bit, but there's still like a chunk of shea butter sitting there. So now I'm just going to clean my edges down. Same thing, just let it cool a little bit, and then we'll put that one directly over into a mold, just like we did, just like we will the lard soap. All right. Let me get this glycerin out of the way. Let me make sure I'm still charging. I am. And it appears, I'm going to cut it off for a second. No, I am definitely recording. Okay. All right. And I broke a thing. I'm going to have to get another one. I often go to places that repair used appliances, like stoves and stuff, and get knobs from them out of their junk pile of knobs that they'll save, and they'll sell them to you for really cheap. Alright, and so now I'm going to unplug this other one too. This is bar number 24. Now it gets poppy seeds, but I don't put the poppy seeds in till the end now, so they don't get all cooked and pop, and they are too soft. So they'll be a little bit rougher on the skin when you're washing directly with the bar. This one's got alkanet root in it for colorant, and in it goes I swear, it doesn't look like alkanet root. Maybe it's cocoa. Oh, this one colors with cocoa. That's right. This one's got cocoa butter. Like chocolate cocoa, like you bake with, as a colorant. And I would put the camera up here where you could see better, but I'm afraid to move it because my cord is acting up. It's like I had to wiggle it around and get it just so before it would work. And you want to stir the cocoa real good so that it gets completely emulsified right away into the soap, and it doesn't clob up in little clobs. Is that a word, clobs? Anyway, so you stir it right away in real good. There we go. Oh, there was a big bunch of it. Alright, so now we're letting that cool, and bar number 24 gets poppy seeds, and there's its essential oils, which is lang lang, lang lang, lang lang. And I'm going to get this lids, and I'm going to set them over here on the table out of my way. Alright, so now I'm going to have to move the camera and get it charging again for you to see the next ones. So hang on. Okay, we are charging, and I think I got it in a little bit better position so you can see better on these last ones. Oh, and let me reach over here and get us a spatula and some spoons. Alright. Got that lid is hot. And it's got soap on it. All right, let me get that lid out of the way. All right, so now we got the super fats. Now, she put this in this great big one so that I couldn't possibly get it mixed up, because this one has like avocado and argan and cocoa butter and shea butter. It's got a whole bunch of different ones in it. I'm gonna stir this a little bit to knock some of the air down in it, to make room for the essential oils. And it's got olive oil in it. I think it's got coconut oil in it too, and it's got honey in it. And this one is called the 14, and this one is the lotion bar. So like when you wash your hands with it, it feels just like you just put lotion on your hands afterwards. And some people use it that have really dry skin in their shower too. All right. Let me unplug these two. One little trick you can do when cooking soap like this is you can like do 2 and then wait 30 minutes and then do 2 more when it comes to mixing the lye in there, so that you don't end up with so much, with all of them getting ready at the same time. I've gotten pretty good at all of them getting ready at the same time. All right, so I'm gonna let the big chunks of cocoa butter and stuff like that melt in that one, and we're gonna go do these two. All right, this is 2 and 22. All right, and this is 2, and 2 gets activated charcoal swirled in it. This is my eczema soaps. And there's no honey in these, so I'm going to take and dump super fats. I just got one more spatula over here. I could go fetch another one. I'm not going to do it. And so they're same thing exactly in these super fats. So I'm going to go ahead and dump both of them with the same spatula. Oh, and look what is happening here with the honey. The honey in this one is starting to cause the color to be so pretty in this one. I love that, but you got to stir it when it does this, because it makes the bar a pretty goldeny color. There we go. All right, let me see if I can turn you back around. There we go, without making that charger fall out. All right, spoon for you, spoon for you. And I put the lye water in these about 3:30 this afternoon, maybe a touch before, and it's right at 5:30. So, I'm gonna poke that piece of shea butter underground. Okay. So now that'll let those essential oil, those stuff melt. Now I'm gonna try to turn you without losing the charger bay. There we go, and you can see the others are all perking. And this one here had honey in it, but this crock pot cooks, you know, I told you it was like really soft cooker, really slow. And oh no, we're getting a little bit. There, we're getting a little bit of the honey doing its thing. So I'll stir it good. And so now we're just gonna wait. We're just gonna wait and let these cool off a little bit. Let this one cool off a little bit. And you can see I'm starting to get a crispy layer on top of my lard, so I need to stir it. All right. So this one, and that one doesn't get any essential oils or anything and will be ready to put right in the molds in no time. So I'm gonna be getting the molds ready. All right. The lard has cooled, and so, I mean, it's not like 160 cool, but it's cool enough, or cooled down some. So it's not like freshly just been turned off. It's cooled for about 30 minutes. And so now I'm gonna dish it out. And one of the things about lard soap is it's not as bubbly. It cleans you just as well. And they say it is just awesome for the skin. They say it's awesome for skin conditions. And it's really wonderful to offer a lard soap for your clientele that's allergic to coconut oil and many other oils that that are out there. So it's a wonderful addition to have, and you can call it Grandma's old-fashioned lard lye soap, or Grandma's old-fashioned, you know, I like to put the word lard in there. I like for people to know there's lard in this there soap. But you know, you call it Grandma's old-fashioned lard soap, Grandma's old-fashioned lard lye soap. You could get creative and call it what is those old pots that they used to cook that in? You could call it the iron kettle lard soap, or old-fashioned lard soap. And you take Grandma and Grandpa completely out of the deal. Alright. So it looks like we got these about the same in height. Oh, something from somewhere. Oh, it fell off the cage. There was a little bit of orange soap on the wire. So now I'm going to just do a little twist to the top. But this soap is sort of tall. It's bigger than my regular recipes. So I like to tap it a little bit so it doesn't have this little poochy place up in the middle, because it's easier to ship it out. And I ship out mine. If you're not shipping, it's more decorative to have the taller little pretty thing. But I like to tap mine and get that poochy thing right in the center down. All right, so there's our lard soap. Let me get that out of the way. And now we're going to look at, I think this is bar number 39. This is just our old-fashioned soap. It's with our bubbly, creamy recipe that just has organic oats and honey in it. And so we'll get 2 more molds and do the same with my broken crock pot now, because I broke the knob. Now we're going to dish this out. I like to put 6 spoonfuls in, and then put 6 in this one. Then do the tap, and then do like 1 spoonful here, 1 spoonful over here. Oh, sorry guys, y'all couldn't see. 1 spoonful over here, 1 spoonful over here, you know, of like equal amounts. 1 spoonful there, 1 spoonful there. And I think that I gave that one more than this one, so I'm going to tap it off in that one. Yeah, they look about the same. Alright, I'm going to just spread the top, because there was a little bit taller on this side than it was on that side. Alright. And now I'm gonna do a rotation. But on this one, I'm gonna not tap it down, but leave it a little poochy, and I usually have to do that to it to get it level on both sides. Now, trick number one, clean your spoon. You can often tuck that soap over in the corner and just barely spread a little on top, because you need a clean spoon to get a really pretty swirl. If the spoon's covered up in soap, then your second loaf will not swirl as pretty as the second one did. And so there we have it, and we've got a little bit of a pooch on the top. And this soap is not as tall as that one, so it doesn't affect it with the shipping. And I wish I could show it to you even better, but I'm afraid to move that camera too much. It is officially charging, I think. Okay, so let me move this one out of the way, and then we're going to do another one. Okay, now I'm starting to get that little thin layer of skin on the top. So now I'm going to stir this one up. This is the one that was colored with cocoa powder. So I'm stirring that one up, and I'm taking my spoon and just raking the sides as I turn around, and that really helps to keep the edges clean and not let stuff funk up around the edges. So that one's cooling. We need to get a thermometer in this little booger. I'm going to just put that in there and come back to it while we do this one. And I'm going to walk over and stir these other two, because they've got a skim on them. And I'm not going to move the camera since I've got it. And I'm sorry that so many of these are unscented, but and so less eventful, but that's what we was making today. So that's what got recorded. I want to do oh, there's a chunk of soap that don't need to go in there. I want to do a video on a new soap I have an idea on, hemp oil and bentonite clay. And so that's my next project, is to do that one. Alright, so a spoonful here, spoonful here. I don't know, this one here looks like it's got more in it. That one looks full. Yeah, if you could see, this one's got a lot less in it. So we're going to put all the rest in this one. And see, I'm going to steal just a little bit from that one. I think I did good. I don't know. Now I think maybe this one needs a little bit. It's like da-na-na-na-na-na. Okay. And be careful when you're tapping with these metal things that you don't hit your knob. That's how I broke a couple of knobs. Oh, there's a chunk of soap. These round ones are horrible at that. They do it more than the oval ones do. It's like soap sticks over in the corners and gets all hard without your permission. But the little ones, the little white specks, just make your soap look rustic and fun, I think. Alright. I don't usually make this one tall. All right, so this is bar number 14. And now we're going to get to play with some, oh, look at the mess. Now we're going to get to play with some that's been cooling. So let's see how cool this one is. No, I'm going to move you over. There it is. All right. So let me stir it once. And then swirl it around so it cannot lie. I love these old-timey candy thermometers, not the glass ones. It'll have plastic here, but metal the rest of the way down. Okay. Okay, this one's 170, so we just got to let it cool. That's just all there is to it. And Kimberly can take a cloth and clean up her mess. And we've got 2 others over there, but I figure they're about the same temperature, but I will bring you back. Okay, guys. This is our bar number 11, and you have to cook it longer than you do in these. I mean, you can cook so much soap, but you do have to cook it longer than you do in the other ones. And I'm going to have to go get a spatula. This is 3 double batches in there. And so this is 3 double batches worth of soap in here. And all right. Now this, I leave the heat on while the super fats are melting, because this is such a low temperature soap that it takes forever for it to melt. It doesn't get as hot as in those small crock pots. So I take and do it like this, just a semi stir, and then I put the lid on it and I leave it at the 150 to help that cool. Alright, so now let's go down here, and it finally charged a little bit. It's got like 1 bar, okay? So we got to get our crust. These things crust up, so you got to keep the crust stirred up. And it's cool enough now. It was at 170 just a few minutes ago. So now here is our ½ a cup of poppy seeds in a double batch. And we're going to stir those in. And it's down and over. Down and over. That gets the heat from the bottom. You don't just sit and do it like that. And then scrape off the sides. And adding those will drop the temperature too. So before I move on to the next one, I'm going to try the temperature here. Oh, 160. It hit 160. It's slowing down. Oh, looks like it's going to be about 165, so it won't be long. And same thing, we've got the crust. You can touch it and it don't get on you. So, we've got to stir this, scrape down the sides. Let's get a thermometer up. And we'll get a thermometer in that one. And then I'm going to reach over here and stir the other one that looks just like it. Get the crusties underground. Alright. And these should be really close in temperature, so I'll just put a thermometer in this one for now. And stir it around. Okay. 170 it looks like it's gonna hit, so we're gonna have to let it cool just a little bit longer. Okay guys. Oh, wouldn't you know, I forgot to get a spatula. I know, get organized. Alright, so I normally put the pine tar in when I put the super fats in, but I really like this whole idea of putting in some of the additives when it's not so hot, because then the heat doesn't affect the quality of the item because it's cooler. And this should also possibly drop the temperature down really fast, and so that's good. And I'm gonna get y'all closer. I think I got this thing nailed down now on the charger. It's where I can move it a little bit more while it's charging. I wondered why it wasn't charged, because I charged it overnight and it just wasn't charged good this morning. And then I charged it while we were waiting for the soap to cook, and it didn't charge at all. And that's because I didn't have it in there. There's something's going with this cord. And so now we've got pine tar in. Let me get a thermometer. This is the first thermometer I ever bought for soap making. It's beat pretty bad up, ain't it? But I love this thing. I can barely read it, but I love this thing. Okay, that made this one ready. So now I'm going to get the essential oils. And pour them in. I'm using the spatula I just used with the pine tar. And stir them up. And see how shiny it looks? You want to stir till it gets back opaque. And it's over and under, over and under, over and under. Digging around the edges. Trying not to pull the white soap into it, but it happens. But you can dig it out as you go. I suppose you could take and clean this off, like put like plastic wrap or something down in there, and then clean it all off and possibly not get it into your soap. But I like the rustic look, but I do get rid of any really big pieces. Alright, now I've got little shiny pieces and I've got opaque pieces. That means I got to keep going. Alright, I'm going to unplug the charger on this thing so that I can move it just a little. Because it's got 2 bars now. We're cooking with gas. I think right there would be good. We will see. Yeah. So 1, 2. Oh gosh, this stuff smells good. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Oh, a big one. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. Watch your ears. 1 for that. Oh, there's a big chunk of white soap. It don't need to go in there. Oh, we've got to find a place to poke it. I'll just poke it on the counter for the moment. Alright, let me get a spoon. I ran out of hot water and so it took longer than usual to soak off the soap. I just got 3 of these things down here. And so I'm going to poke my finger there and sort of wipe that over. Alright, there's 1 done. And there we go. There's bar number 22. Okay, here's bar number 2. Now the essential oils that go in 2 and 22 is lavender, tea tree, peppermint, and black cumin. And the black cumin is what gives it that dark appearance. And I so don't have another spatula. Oh, there's one. Alright, scoot that down there and get it out of the way. And so that gives it a little bit of a golden color. The black cumin does. Now black cumin helps to build the immune system. The FDA has done quite a bit of testing on black cumin and it's approved for many pharmaceutical drugs. When tests were done, every person that received black cumin was their T cells was increased. I think it was by 70%. And T cells has something to do with the immune system. So I put it in all my lotions and several soaps. Put it in my, I believe it goes in the body butter, so that my customers are just slathering that black cumin all over the place. Now, peppermint's the most, lavender the most healing essential oil for the skin. Peppermint an anti-itch in lower quantities, of course. And tea tree helps to heal up the little bumps and bruises, bumps and scratches, and so that's good for the rash patches of the eczema. And then the black cumin for the immune system. Now this one we're going to do with activated charcoal. So with this one, and let me get it down here where you can see. One of my molds didn't get all the activated charcoal cleaned out of it good because we ran out of hot water. But I'm putting activated charcoal right back in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, about. And then 1, 2, 3, whoop, 4, alright, my phone is ringing. Alright, and then we're going to get our activated charcoal out, and this stuff is insidious. Don't shake it or stir it. Open it up gently. And then we're going to mist it in this layer. I think I didn't mist enough right there in that one spot, so I spread it out. Alright. Alright. And put the lid on the stuff just as soon as you get done with it. 1, 2, 3. That's 4. Oh gosh, this stuff smells good. You can't bang it too well. I banged it before I put it in there, but you can't really. Watch. Woohoo! So, and I do several turns. I even cut the middle. So I'll come down right in the middle of it and swirl around. Then cut the middle, swirl around, cut the middle, okay. Then I'm going to push off what's in my spoon over here in the corner. And level that out. And my spoon is clean before I start. Cut the middle, swirl, 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 cut the middle, swirl, swirl, cut the middle. That means I'm going down right in the center. My arms are getting a workout tonight. This makes you work for it. Cut the middle. Okay. I got this lump right here. Let's see if we can't get rid of it. There we go. I think this bar is still going to be a little bit taller than the others. There we go. Alright, aren't those beautiful? Those are so beautiful. And so good for you. Activated charcoal pulls impurities right out of the skin. it's in Abertville. She went to a pain management doctor today, and she's at the Walmart. And but I think Mike's at home.
Oh, is she at Walmart for pain?
No, she's in Walmart in Abertville.
Well, you know, mine has a strange company, and I just appreciate her to get home. That's what I'm going to call this.
Oh, I know he's home.
Yeah, I know he's home, but I don't know what else he's got in there.
Right.
And so, I
Right.
think when it's leave him with mine, so he has a weird company.
Right. Well,
They all get very close. When you go get compensated,
you did not get a call? But she never did call you. Let me see. It's 7:21. What time do they get there in the mornings? All right. Well, I'll call again in the morning. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Bye, Dee. Okay, so I got the essential oils in here, and it has a really nice little, my charging cord is hung on something. It was under the crock, so it was causing it to move. And as you can see, I've got lots of little white pieces in this one. This crock here is phenomenal. Just synonymous about doing this. You stir, you dig around the crevices, you try to keep it good. But these round ones right up here in the very bottom up against the edges, it's just bad to make these white pieces. I like the oval ones better. Okay. Now I've still got some glassiness right here. If you don't get the essential oils blended well, it will cause the soap to sweat out the essential oils on the curing rack, and we don't want that. Okay, and you can see the poppy seeds in there really well. They feel absolutely awesome. And if you go online for help with libido, natural or essential oil, it's just lang, 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 lang. That's all you get. So I make this one really strong in lang lang. But lang lang is also really great for stress. It's used for a person who's encountered a very shocking experience, such as, you know, a traumatic experience. That's the word for it. And so sometimes, you know, just relaxing can help wonders. I think that's a little white piece. I'm gonna get that out. You've heard of people who can't get pregnant. They adopt a child, and without trying, are thinking about it, they get pregnant in a matter of months. After the new baby gets here that they've adopted. Happens all the time. Matter of fact, my old employee had a family member that happened to, Elizabeth. And they've got her sister-in-law and her brother. I think it's her brother. No, I think it's her husband's brother and his wife adopted a baby, and within months, and they've been trying for 5 years to get pregnant, and now within months she's pregnant of the baby arriving that they adopted. So that's something to be said for just taking a little relaxation. All right. So there is bar number 24. All right, so now we got to do the big crock, and I've got to move this thing and plug up the charger and all that good stuff, so I'll bring you back. Okay. I had a chunk of soap on the spoon. I got rid of that. And because of having to move the charger, I have just been stirring this every now and then without recording it. I've been bad. And here is our cedar wood and tea tree. And that's what goes in this. More cedar wood than tea tree. And this is 3 double batches worth. A good single batch is like 2 tablespoons tea tree and 4, good double batch would be, oh no, let's see, a good single batch would be 1 tablespoon tea tree and like 2 to 3 tablespoons cedar wood. This soap cures fast. Use Kim's favorite recipe at KimberlyMacNutt.com for the base recipe. It cures fast. It's a good hard bar. It's well lasting. And now we gotta stir it in. It takes forever. And my arms is sore. I've been stirring all day, it feels like. With this 3 batch deal, this is a stir. And I like this right here for working with this. It's a stainless steel cake icing thing, because I'm going to use my daddy's molds with this soap. Oh good, I'm starting to get opaque. Yay. Yay. Oh, that's heavy. My arms are hurting. I'm gonna have to work out more. All right. Okay. Woohoo! Okay. So I just made this soap yesterday and cut it today, and now I'm making more because I'm freaking out of the stuff. So I'm ganging up on it with double duty, and I find it better to fill as you go. Get it on. Okay, my card got full. I had to go move some files. Okay. now we're done. There's that cake icing thing. So now we're going to take it and run it across the top. And you twist and get the excess off. I think, yeah, y'all can see down here. Need some more right there. Alright, and then I'm going to take one of my things and make little lines across the top. And ta-da! There's one down. Alright, let's put another one over here. Let's make sure we're still charging yet. And as I said, I don't know if that clip got saved. I put the essential oils in. The super fats got blended up all the way. Put the essential oils in. And as I said, I like to fill from one end and work my way over. It seems like it does better that way. And then sort of got a pooch up here on the top, but I think that'll go down good. Oh, there went my thermometer. There's my cake icing. Isn't that fun? You just fill it right up. And what's even funner is this last one, because Dad makes them with this little board, and mine are just like old and wore out, but the ones he makes now, he makes them so pretty with beveled edges and little feet on the bottom, so these hinges can't never scratch your tabletop, and they sit so pretty. They're just so well made, the ones he makes now. Now we're going to use the board, or we normally need to. If Kimberly can figure out where she put it, there it is, over there. Got the charge cord in the way. Make sure we're still charging. Nope, we're not charging. Okay, now we're charging again. Alright. Now we're going to use the board. Oh, the ones Daddy makes now are so pretty. If for some reason you're interested in one of these wooden soap molds that Daddy makes, you can pick them up on my website at essential-soaps.com. Let me make sure you can see this really good right here. So then you just put the board in it and press it up against it. And ta-da! And see, we got this little space in here. But this recipe always, even though I put 3 double batches in here, I'm hitting the cord. Are we still charging? Yep. Even though it's 3 batches, in this, when I do 3 of these molds, I always end up shy just about 2 bars or 3 there. And so that takes care of it. And there we go. Yay. I can just lay down on the floor and go sing hallelujah. I am done. Woohoo! All right. I'll bring you back tomorrow and we'll cut this soap. Hey everybody. I tried to get help today to cut this soap, and I had no luck because it's so much more fun when you get to do it with somebody else, and they help you make it go by faster. But in any case, we are cutting soap, or I am cutting soap at the Cornerstone Market. Today is a Wednesday, so I always work on Wednesdays. Every once in a while, the world will give me something I gotta do, and I'll ask my employee to work. And but predominantly, I always work by myself on a Wednesday, and so I'm cutting soap by myself. And this is Daddy's soap, and now we're stacking everything in the Essential Depot drying racks, which are on sale right now. You snooze, you lose, is all I got to say about it. And I thank you for using my link if you decide to go buy you one. So I'm just putting them in there, and it just, oh, it's so space conservative. I mean, and it holds, the kit that they've got, it says it holds 400 bars of soap, and I believe it. Now I have another video I did where I showed my dad's soap and Essential Depot soap molded soap in there, and we're using the Essential Depot mold cutter with Dad's soap today. Oh, and there's one for the family. Randy just loves that soap. And let me get these in there. And they go in real easy. As you can see, you just stack them in there. Just a little bit of space between them so they can breathe. I think that Amy was putting them in just a little bit further than I did, because some of these was already in here. This is our second batch this week making this soap. So I cut some yesterday, and that video's already on there, and y'all get to meet Amy. And then yesterday, I made another batch of it, which of course y'all just watched me do. And I'm now cutting it. I'm putting it in there. I don't know if it'll hold 4 more. It probably would have, but Amy stacked it in there just a little bit further apart than I do. And that being my cell phone. I'm going to get more bars in here because I'll be rearranging it just a little. There we go. Ta-da! And now let me set that down on the floor here. Oh, ta-da! It's not that heavy. I was just taking on. Let me put it partially full of number 5 and number 1, which makes me think I need to make a little piece of paper, just because I know it's number 1. When Amy goes to package, or I'm packaging, it doesn't matter, but if Amy's a packaging, we got to have numbers so that she knows what it is. And so, and that was a Facebook message, and then it was a text message on my phone that was making that noise. And now there's no screws in the bottom of the second trays, so you can get more in there. Alright, so now we got this one full. So we're going to put that down there and get us out another one. Ta-da! I got my scrap bucket in my way, and this chair. And somebody's bath salts is turning into a rock, and they need help. And so somebody just messaged me on Facebook, help, my bath salts are turning to rocks. We're gonna have to figure that out. I had a gentleman call me, well, he sent me a message on Facebook, and I told him, send me your phone number, because I was driving. So I had the opportunity that I could talk to him. And he was wanting to make, he was a barber, been a barber for 25 years, and he was trying to work up a natural product for his customers to use for dandruff. And so I talked to him all the way to work and helped him with different ideas for Caucasian hair and African American hair, because he dealt with both. And we had such a wonderful conversation. His name was Whitney. And this would be faster if I set it in here. Yes. Much faster. I'm so excited about Sunday. Sorry, Mr. Bar number 11. I'm so excited about Sunday. I'm going to do a wet cave that is one of my favorites in Stevenson. And I got the confirmation of who's going. And so we've got our trip full, and I'm so excited. And the drops are wet, and you get to climb up in the water. They're not real super tall drops, and a drop is like a pit that you get to rappel down. So I'm going to use my frog climbing system because it's not super deep, the drops. I use my rope walker if it's over 160. Unless the lips are real hard. If the lips are hard, I'll use the frog if I can. Oh, that's such a pretty piece. All right, so now I'm going to cut the large soap. So this one here is fairly clean. We just rinsed it. We didn't work too hard on it, and I loosened the bolt so that that thing sits all the way over, because that's the way I like it. And I want to show you, I took them out for time consumption or conservativeness. I have taken them out of the molds. But these are in the Essential Depot wire baskets. You just drop them out of the basket, and you just flip, flip, and press, and ta-da, your soap is out. So it's very simple. And these are so easy to wash because soap is included, you know. Yeah, they're just real easy to wash. And this is Grandma's old-fashioned lard soap, so it is snowy white. Snowy white. And lard soap is not as bubbly as some soaps. But it's very hard. In my opinion, you could sell this tomorrow. Just one day of curing, and this soap is ready to go. And so it just hardens up really, really fast. Now that's if you're hot processing, of course. And it's extremely good for your skin. But some people don't like the idea of taking a bath with lard. But people took bath in lard soap for more years than we've been alive, I guess. And it never killed nobody, except for the pig. But they killed the pig anyway because they was going to eat it. And this way they could use the fat and not waste it. And so they could eat and get clean. And they would take the lard and put it in a big cook pot over a fire. And they would take and heat it all up and strain out, if they hadn't already, any impurities by then cooling it off and letting the fat rise to the top. And they'd put water in it and they'd boil it. And they'd let the fat rise to the top. Where is my lard label? There it is. And then after, and this is bar number 14 that you saw. I'm gonna bring it over and let you see these in a minute. They'd render it by boiling the fat in water, and you have to watch about letting it boil over, and then let it cool, and then the pure white fat will rise to the top. You just take it out in chunks, and then scrape off the bottom, the dirty part, and then you'd put it in the cook. They put it in a big cook's pot over a fire outside, and they take and mix lard and water, and lye and water, or they take the water off of their ashes from their fire, and that's where you take, and they have a drainage system where they pour buckets of water on top of the ashes, and the water that came out in the bottom, as soon as it ran clear, then they knew that they got all the lye out of it, and then they take that water and put it in the oil once they got it warm. And then they cook it over the fire and boil it. And then at the end, after it had made soap and cooked a while over the fire, then they would take and pour more water in there and try to cook off the extra lye. Because they didn't have any way of measuring how much lye for how much oil and stuff, because you just really can't calculate potash water, and that was so maybe the soap wouldn't be so strong. And here is the lye soap. You can see the difference. I mean, the Grandma's old-fashioned lard lye soap, I call it. And then this is the honey and oats. See the pretty honey swirls in there? Honey and oats. And this is the bar 14, so this has got all the extra super fats in it. argon. Argon, take me away, and all that. So it's our lotion bar. And the lard bar is really cheap to produce. So we sell it cheaper than we do our other soaps. There's no essential oils in it. And so it's just real cheap to manufacture. It's easy to make. The recipe is on that KimberlyMacNutt.com, and you can make you some Grandma's old-fashioned lard lye soap. Now there's no reason why you can't change that recipe to a 0% super fat on the soap calculator and poke shea butter in it at the end. No reason at all that you can't do that. And have Grandma's old-fashioned lard soap with shea butter. And I think, matter of fact, I think that'd be an awesome combination. But with your Grandma's old-fashioned lard soap, there's no coconut oil in it and no other kind of oils. And people have started having allergies to some of the oils that we use soaping, and they break out. And so it's a great soap to have on your website or at your farmer's market. Some people just like the fact that it's an old style country soap, and other people need it because they're allergic to stuff, that other things that sometimes get put in soap. And so there's different reasons to have it. And it doesn't bubble. Now if you cure it, if it gets old a long time, then it does bubble more. But when it's fresh made, it bubbles more, but then after it sits a little while, it quits bubbling. But it still gets you just as clean. You don't actually have to have bubbles to get clean. And then once it's, but then after it ages a long time, I've noticed that it bubbles more. And so that's good. If you're making it for home use, you make up several batches, and the older the batch, the better it's going to bubble. And it would be pretty with activated charcoal swirled through it. Wouldn't that be pretty? All right. Boy, we're making hash of this soap. We almost done. Now this is bar number 34, and it has more honey in it. And so therefore it's more goldeny from the honey. It's so pretty. And it's also unscented. This one here probably be cured in 3 days. Let me take some of this over. Let you see it. Isn't that pretty? I think it's gorgeous. There we go. And I like the smell. It sort of smells like oatmeal. Of course, it's got organic oatmeal in it, so I mean that's a good reason for it to smell like oatmeal. Now we're going to do bar 24. This one's got the poppy seeds in it. Let me show you. And it's the prettiest purple color. It's a purple color, a little bit of activated charcoal effect got on it. There we go. Isn't that pretty? All those poppy seeds, and it's a pretty purple color, but yet it's cocoa powder that makes. Oh, it's pretty. This feels so awesome if you rub the bar directly against your skin, but you will have issues with the poppy seeds having to be flushed down the drain. So when you get through showering, you sort of got to go swishy swishy and get all the poppy seeds down the drain. But gosh almighty, is it wonderful. All right. One more of those. Isn't this nice how fast it is? It's just boom, 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 you're done. The slowest part is stacking now. I tell you, I'm gonna put some 24 in there because I've got I don't want to get the 14 and the 34 mixed up. So I'm gonna put 24 in here. And when they're packaging, there's no chance of them getting confused on the bars if I keep them separate in the separate curing tray. I think I can get 3 more in there. You know, I've been thinking about this, and I'm thinking about trying it on this next one, about putting these soaps on their side and see if I can get more in there. No, I'm gonna go and get that many in there. All right. Now let's set these over here out of the way. Oh, got to get the 24 laid on there. And it locks in so easy. And I'll call that back. All right. Oh, gotta get another tray. So now, every crock pot I've put soap in this week, plus 1. So, because one crock pot got washed and used again. And I'm getting every bit of it, I bet, in these trays. Although I think I need 1 more tray. And we're trying putting it on its side and seeing if I can get more soap in here. And then we got number 34 to go in here. Oh, and I did the bar number 11 twice. And that's 3 batches each. That's 6 batches. And then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 double batches. That's 22 bars. I did Monday. And then I did and then I did the rest of these today, and I got, so that was 12, 13, 14, 15, 6, well, let's see, that was 12. That was 24 actual 11 bar molds. So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 41. 41 moles of soap. And I guess we'll be set for Christmas now, for the Christmas rush. All right. Now this, I save my darker soaps for later because it leaves little pieces of soap in the soap cutter that then, oh, and this one's just a mess with little white spots. It's really quite pretty if you think about it. Makes it look very rustic and fun. But the pine tar, there is nothing I love better than to wash my hair with pine tar, especially in the river. I love that. But pine tar is used commercially in prescription shampoos, and so therefore it's really great for the skin, for eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, things of that sort. And now let's get the, well, let me stack this one in so I don't have to get the activated charcoal off my hands. Oh yeah, stacking this on their side, I'm getting a lot more soap in here. Before I was getting 3 rows, say, well, with Daddy's soap, you could probably get 5 rows. But, oh, we got a customer. And I thought I was going to get this all with one clip. Hang on. Look where the help come from. Y'all waited until I nearly had it all done. Said you have trouble, baby. You had trouble with your truck.
Yeah.
What was wrong with it?
Radiator.
Radiator.
I got it fixed off.
Did Daddy's radiator get troubles? Did Daddy's radiator have troubles?
It got stuck in the mud.
It got stuck in the mud, did
Last
it?
night I was at Randy's and I backed out and it got stuck in the mud.
Oh my goodness. Well, we've got the soap mostly cut. We've got 2 more loaves to cut.
Bless you.
I know. You come over here. And would you put these in like this? All right. You get them about, will you see how close I'm getting them?
Can I help?
Yeah, well, I want you to tell me what you think about the smell. What does it smell like?
Oh, peppermint to me.
There's a peppermint.
Does it smell good? Yeah? Would you use it? You would. Why wouldn't you use it?
Do you like your SpongeBob kind?
Are you a SpongeBob SquarePants soap boy? No?
What about
So
the medium?
if I gave you a bar of this, would you take a bath with it? So my grandson would not take a bath with that soap. Well, let me, what about this one? What about this one? Would you take a bath with that one? Huh?
Would you take a bath with that one, son?
You would. I've been redeemed.
Let me see that, son.
Okay.
Now that one.
Now this one is the messy one.
Yeah.
Because activated charcoal is insidious.
Yes.
Insidious. That's a new word, right?
Yeah.
But it's so pretty. Let me show you what it looks like.
God, that smells so good right there.
I've got myself locked in here now with that chair I had you propped up in. Do you want to hand those to Daddy? All right. Now, don't let them touch them other soaps. And once you get that on your hands, don't touch the other soaps. We got to get these 2 loaves in there and we're done. Look at that. Remember how I was doing swirly, swirly and cutting down the middle? Isn't that pretty? I love this. But when you first, and we can break that off. When you first wash with it, you have to sort of rinse this under the water. Oh, right there. To get the excess activated charcoal off of it. But boy, that activated charcoal is good. Now don't touch your clothes with your fingers till Daddy washes your fingers.
After we get back, are we going to decorate the Christmas tree, son?
Are we going to decorate the Christmas tree at your house? Yeah, that's scrap. You want to put it in the scrap bucket? It's right over there beside you. Right there.
Oh, I love the smell of that too.
So did you, oh, you going to break it up into mini pieces? Did you smell this soap?
Thought I'd never be interested in making and playing with soap.
Did you smell this one?
It smells good.
Would you take a bath with that one? You would.
I want to.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to put them right here and you hand them to Daddy. And that goes on top.
Oh, my eyes is.
You got a lot of space between them rows. I don't know if you're going to get it all in there.
Right there, right there.
No, I mean closer together this way between them. There you go. I think you might have to have formal training.
I'm not a soapy person.
He says, just leave me alone. So you think y'all might go to the Grotto Christmas party with me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If you can sweet talk Bridget into it.
Well, now you got to go home and sweet talk her into it.
I don't know about that.
Hey, Wesker.
She's mean to me.
Have you been being good at school?
Yes, he has.
I tripped up the boy.
You did what?
Tripped up the boy.
You tripped up a boy?
Why'd you do that?
I did.
What, you did trip a boy or you didn't
He
trip a
said
boy?
he
Was it an accident?
I tripped up the boy. My hands are dirty.
Oh, he's got a blue smiley face is what he's trying to say.
Oh, you got a blue smiley face.
And he
Is
come home and said he'd been bullied.
Uh-uh.
And Bridget said he's going
that
on.
so?
Those are soaps that goes to, one of them goes to my house. I use the bar number 9. Yeah.
Now, let's go wash your hands, son. Come on.
Yeah. Take him right over there. And then you got a blue smiley face in school?
Yes, he did.
That's awesome.
Why there's a water all
Come on, son.
There's a lot of soap on the floor.
Come here. Wash your hands.
But we'll clean it up now that we've got it all made. We still have to clean this up. And we got all the soap in here. We are so excited. Woohoo!
This one here? There you go.
Ta-da! All that soap right there. And it used to be all over this counter, all over this table, all over that big table over there. And then we'd have to go get the fold-out table from the back and have it all over that table. And now it's all right here.
Sweet.
Sweet! All right. Do you have anything else you want to tell YouTube?
Nothing but
Look, you can roll it.
Oh, that's cool, isn't it, dude?
Isn't that cool?
Yes, cool.
You can roll it. You can buy 10, 15 more stacks and put them up there. Them wheels are industrial. They can handle the pressure.
On the road again.
Isn't that cool?
Hey, Wesker. Roll it down. Roll it again.
There's 2 bars of soap touching each other. Right there. Right there.
See, my mom, that ain't gonna hurt nothing.
No, they can't touch each other. They won't cure.
Yeah, have you?
No, because this is touching that.
No, it's not. It's not even touching it at all. Cold.
He's going to have formal training.
Nope.
This is all there is to it. show you let me show everybody if I can get this camera off. There we go. There we go.
No, smell like it.
Say howdy, Wesker. Say howdy.
Say hey.
Are you hacked out? There we go. So here it is with its wheels and all the soap happily in there. And tell me he don't need formal training. Just look at that. Look at that mess. They're all out of line. And you could get 4 stacks this way with it on its side. And I think that with a little work, because I didn't worry about it, I knew I wouldn't need it. You could put, then you can still put a row right through here. But because you can see, I got a lot of room here and a lot of room here and a lot of room here, so it could be condensed.
We could do them.
Do what?
We could skin together, make them touch.
He said we could scoot them down and make them.
That's right, make them touch, but we don't want them to touch. You want to say bye to YouTube?
Bye.
You're supposed to say bye YouTube. Oh, did you see him roll his eyes at me?
Yeah.
Are you going to say bye to YouTube?
Bye, YouTube.
See, Daddy knows how to do it. All right, guys. Bye, everybody. I'm going to the Grotto Christmas party. I'm so excited. Oh, I got to put my makeup on and fix my hair. But anyway, if you want to see the recipes for the soap we made today, go to KimberlyMcNutt.com, www.KimberlyMcNutt.com. And if you want to buy some soap from me, you can go to www.essential not slash soaps SOAPS.com. essential-soaps.com. All right, and thanks for using my Essential Depot link if you decide to buy one of those soap storage kits. And if this is current, they're on sale.